Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. You're watching PixelBeep and we're playing Warhammer 40k Deathwatch Tyranid Invasion. We're doing a playthrough on increased difficulty and we're gonna play a new act here. Whilst looking at this, the biggest problem with my squad currently is I have no Devastator Marines that be good enough to equip some of the more advanced weaponry. We might try some of it. Just for kicks, we may replace Farum with Rufus and equip him with a better weapon, but I think there's going to be too many misses to make it worth it. It's level 4 bolter. Level 4 bolter. You know, the damage is insane, but so are the level requirements. So I'm not really sure, you know, how it's gonna work out. Let's try. You can see the damage is really neat on that. But we'll see. Getting very late here again. Not Friday, Saturday night. So sorry if if I misspell a little bit or I'm out of energy. It's also not the best time in the world with everything that's going on out there, and just a weird week, and also the weather is changing, of course, and with our first snow today, which is at least a good sign. I think it's always good to have White Christmas.
Kill team, listen closely. Your battle brother has crash-landed and alerted the enemy to your mission. Reach the objective area before it is overwhelmed by the Tyranids.
Alright, we'll try. Alright, I'm gonna be a little upbeat here. I think I started on a slow note. That needs to be changed. What a great week, first off, for video games. So many games released. Fallout 4, I'm probably not going to play. I'm probably going to skip. Fallout 3 was not to my liking. I thought the characters were not as great as the previous series. There was no stealth as far as I can remember, and both Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 I used to play stealth character, and I admit it was overpowered. And some other things, it just I don't think the system handled the transgression from 2D to 3D very well, so there were some issues navigating the game world for me. It was very hard to tell when I'm going to run into enemies. There are far too powerful for my capacities. I remember starting to play the game, and once I've started playing the game, I walked off into wilderness, and very quickly I've encountered an orc I couldn't defeat. I've run out of ammo and everything. And I played some more after that, but definitely not a game I would, think of as some of the best games I've played. Not really, and the brutality, I think there was a little bit too much of it, and it did not. It didn't really serve any purpose. It wasn't a narrative purpose. It wasn't a purpose of atmosphere, of lore, of anything. It was just brutal, and it's unnecessarily. So I didn't like that very much. My pronunciation really takes some hit from being tired, but that's okay, because I like to play a game. I'd love to do a video or two here today. Spend some time with you if you allow me to, and talk about games. So Fallout 4, not one I'll probably play, and I said I'm going to be more positive, and here I am dissing Fallout 4. The game I am looking forward to playing is Hearthstone expansion. It's got a new expansion about explorers, basically an Indiana Jones parody. It's the first wing of the solo adventures out. It's pretty neat. There are some interesting cards. undeniably there are a lot about, you know, randomness and RNG and throws and, you know, everything and rolls and like that. However, these are really, really neat. Especially Ranger, he's gotten a new hat that provides bonuses to minions and returns to deck or hand, which is a little bit like Hammer of Bogardan in Magic the Gathering. And I'm excited about that because, you know, Hearthstone, and we've discussed it in previous videos, you know, is a very good game, especially compared to how the digital transformation of Magic the Gathering turned out, which I'm not very fond of. So Hearthstone is great, you know, game to play here and there. You know, unless you want to invest a lot of money, you're probably not looking at the top ranks, or unless you want to grind very, very seriously, because, you know, even if you do grind, the meta's going to change, so eventually you'll have to spend money to be in the top ranks, and not everybody has that goal when they commence playing the game. But the new adventures is definitely great. It's a way to obtain some great cards, some fun cards, and combined with the recent expansion, I'm already looking forward to creating kind of RNG deck where I have you know, all these cards. Draw a card if yours, you know, higher power, higher cost or higher ability, whatever, you get this bonus, and then the random cards from the new adventure. It's something I'm gonna enjoy. Starcraft 2, the third part of the story of the puzzle of the piece, Legacy of the Void, is now out, and you know, again, it's not something I will buy. I bought Wings of Liberty because of the arcade on Battle.net, which is now accessible to anybody who has the Starcraft, and I think even the free demo. So I'm not gonna buy that one. I did watch all the story on YouTube on Let's Plays. Of course, I do watch other people's Let's Plays, and I don't know. What do you guys think? I think while, you know, it was a nice story, and of course we've become accustomed to a certain level of standard in Blizzard cinematics, and there were, you know, good moments, I couldn't help thinking, is this what we've been waiting for all these years? You know, conclusion to this epic story. And definitely out of the three stories, the Wings of Liberty is the one that was most fun to me. You know, very strong characters. You had Raynor, you had Tychus, you had Kerrigan. There were twists in the story. Very, very strong twist at the end, of course. Not gonna spoil, but very powerful. You know, and the campaign was something that you cared about. So, you know, I think that was very interesting to me. And then we had, what was the second one called? The Carrion one, which was not Wings of Liberty. Whatever it was called, and I can't remember right now. It wasn't as bad. It was playing for the Zerg and kind of, but there was this very, very weird moment. I was like, what? And probably not just me, right? The moment where Kerrigan basically becomes human again, only to return to her Zerg form as the Queen of Blades within a very, very short frame of 1 or 2 missions and very, very short time frame. That was way too crazy for me, and I was like, well, what happened there? How did she become human again? B, why did she give that up? And of course I understand the story and everything. It was just a weird gimmicky twist. It was a little gimmicky. And then, you know, the last one, I don't want to give away any spoilers because the game's just been released, and of course, if you're playing at your own pace, you're a little slower than me watching Let's Plays. I do think that, honestly, some of the moments, some of the deaths of some of the characters were very, very unnecessary and did not really serve any purpose at all, especially not any narrative purpose. It didn't feel like a better game, better story. So that's a high volume of criticism from my side. I did like, it's Blizzard, so there are some epic cinematics in there. The overall story is not really quite bad, but I would expect it to be more packed, more pregnant with happening, whatever it is. A lot of these dialogues in between missions were kind of very, very flavor dialogues and small talk. But that's probably to be expected. But I don't know. And Blizzard has all these new games now. All these new games like Hearthstone, like Heroes of the Storm, Overwatch coming up. So I'm not really sure what's going to unfold for Starcraft in the future. There's, of course, the Nova expansion announced, which I think is probably going to be reusing some of the Starcraft Ghost project. Just my speculation, maybe not. I'm not really sure. But I'm just not sure what's going to happen with Starcraft and what will Blizzard do. I think they could keep it alive for long and kind of do small expansions, free-to-plays, or pay-to-play episodic content. There's a lot they could do to keep it alive. But whether they will or will not, I couldn't tell. Of course, the game sold 1 million, which is more than any of my games has ever sold, or the games I worked on. Yeah, so that's 2 games that were out this week. 3 games, including Fallout 4. For the Warhammer fans, of course, Tides of Vermintide have been out for a while. I think I want to try that one out sooner or later, but I don't know. I haven't really been, from what I've seen in the videos, I've not really been that impressed so far. So I don't know. And then there's been a whoa, look at that street. Of course, you've run into Rufus, dude. There's been an update to Warhammer Arcane Magic if you're playing that game. I've done a couple of videos from that one and might do some more. Which added more visits, so more variety, access to more spells and stuff like that. You might want to check that one out. Yeah, and I think that's kind of the major. Of course, we've had Nintendo Direct, for those of you who are Nintendo fans, but I think there's not going to be such a great Venn diagram between Warhammer fans and Nintendo fans. Not many Warhammer games on Nintendo, as far as I remember. And, some great games were announced there as well. I think Nintendo, just beasted it very, very brutally. I was surprised, pleasantly surprised. But that's not the story. Let's focus on the game here a little bit. We're playing on Veteran. I remember when I first played this mission on normal, and maybe you can find it in the videos, I did not notice I have another Marine there who I have to rescue, so I left him to die basically, and had to replay the mission, which was a pain in the ass because I didn't have the cooler, and everybody who plays this game knows how much CPU intensive it is, and how much heat it can produce from the iPad. So the more time I had to spend, whoa, look at that shooting. The more time I had to spend with any game like that was overheating the iPad, the less I was willing to, because overheating the battery, reduces its lifetime and just not good for the iPad. But that was some time ago, many videos ago, many views ago, many minutes viewed ago. I thank you very much for sticking around. And I think I'd be playing this game anyway. but I thought, you know, I have the equipment, so why not record it just for kicks? And it took off, and now we've got this series where we have fun together. Right, I'm just standing here in the doorway. That's not the greatest of things. And I think I've lost kind of my objectives. I'm talking. I think I have to keep the captain alive for 6 turns, which has happened. And now I think I should withdraw somewhere, no? Okay, 2 more turns. That's right, so let's do it. 2 more turns. Nassau Belchino, keep him alive. Very nice, Elmar. Right. Look at it. This way, I'll keep Overwatch. Nasir is in good shape here. He can keep Overwatch as well. So I was a little afraid to run into these missions. Oops! Sorry, screwing with the mic. Hopefully I'll edit all the weird sounds so you're not shocked. Look at all these guys. Bad news, you're coming within range of Rufus's Buddha. By the way, of course, the theme of and these might be spoilers or not, so if you're looking forward to playing Starcraft 2 Legacy of the Void, you might just mute me for now, but you know, the theme of the game, freedom, I think it's, we've had so many movies about freedom, we've had so many books about freedom, we've had so many video games about freedom, and I just think it's Blizzard, right? So it shouldn't be, it should either be super cheesy like Warcraft, so it's like super cheesy but great, or it should be, you know, super good, but it shouldn't just be cheap. And I think, you know, the question is not freedom or the cost of freedom or the worth of freedom. Of course, you can build some great stories around all those, but I think the question is, once you have freedom, what do you do with it? How you deal with it? How do you use the time that you have? These possibilities. It'd be great to see that explored in games more often, rather than, you know, we're oppressed or not oppressed or something and we need freedom. There's only so many times you can see the take on the same thing and kind of not be, you know, like the initial Starcraft, that was also about freedom, right? You know, I like stories like the announced Warcraft movie. That story is, I like those kinds of stories. It's not really about freedom. It's kind of, there's a big threat. Different parties have to unite and work together, and it's parties that usually don't get on so well, right? So that's what I like, because it brings, you know, a lot of opportunities for plot twists that feel natural. It brings a lot of tension. Well, I have to survive Xeno's attack, right? Oh, is nobody worried about those Xenos? Hey, what's going on there? What's with my weapon? I'm stunned? How did I get stunned? Whoa. So that seems to be a new mechanic. Unique to this tier of difficulty, so it's the first time we're encountering that. It seems that whatever it is can stun our units, so there's very little to do, or next to do in the game. So let's make sure we watch out for that. I'm going to bring Rufus up front here, because he's really in a weird spot. you can't do anything, and that's waste of energy and time and points and everything. Stunned, very interesting. The other weird thing is, like, let's talk about movies a little bit. I saw it, you probably saw this trailer to Superman versus Batman. It's called something like Infinite Justice or something, but come on, it's like when you see a trailer for a movie and that trailer is not very good, how great can the movie get? So I have two main issues. One, of course, the trailer wasn't fun, and see, I have to regroup at the bridge, that's what I remembered. So one, the trailer wasn't really much fun, and the second thing is, might be just me being kind of a small kid and seeing Superman for the first time, but Christopher Reeve really nailed it. It was really, you know, Superman. He looked, you know, for the time he looks very good. But in the new trailer, the way Superman looks, it's like, you know, it's a weird look. He's neither young, neither old. He's just this, like, kind of the least interesting person in the room. So he does look to me very uninteresting in, you know, how he's dressed with the costume. Maybe it's the actor, I don't know. Just very uninteresting. And then he's shiny. He's like, these are not even 60s or 70s or 80s. He's like, why is the guy shiny? Like, it's like neoprene. It's like some swimming suit. It's totally ugly. It's, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. I think it's heresy. And of course a missed opportunity, because this is a movie that's directed by the same guy who directed 300, right? So, and I think it's Zach something like this. Sorry, I'm so bad with names today and this night. But so it's the same guy, right? So there is no reason in the world why, you know, hey, this guy's stunned this turn. There's no reason in the world why it shouldn't work out. Why they shouldn't pick Frank Miller's Batman instead. And of course, a lot of that has been used in, you know, I mean, Batman Returns. A lot of that has been used in the trilogy, the Batman trilogy, which don't get me even started on. But, you know, to do Superman and Batman meet, you know, to have them meet, to do meeting between them and battle and everything, you know, you have to do that one. And the same way as 300, that is a book that actually offers itself up to kind of being interpreted scene by scene, panel by panel, word by word. I think one of the reasons they might not have chosen is it's being filmed recently as an animated movie. I do recommend that one. Very faithful to the original. But right, it's, you know, so it's weird. I mean, and we got all those comic movies now, and you know, the quality is all over the place, but we get a steady income of them. And I'm thinking to myself that, you know, once the Warcraft movie is out, and if it happens to be a success, which is out there, but you know, it's very unlikely for it to be a fail. I don't actually know, so I don't want to say it's unlikely. I don't actually know, but once that is out, and if it's successful, I think we can expect a, you know, fair amount of video game licenses. And you know, of course, we've had Resident Evils and stuff like that, but we haven't had a lot of it. And I think that'd be very interesting to see. And there are some very interesting titles that could be made into movies. What comes to mind, obviously, is if Warcraft is successful, then I believe Elder Scrolls series might be right on its heels. And even, fingers crossed here, something as Warhammer, right? We've got Warhammer Fantasy as well. So it's of course a question of, you know, how much people are willing to risk or invest into franchises that not so many people may know. But you know, Warhammer, especially recently, has been all over the place. Look at Rufus. Rufus is stunned, and I don't understand why. I'm so obviously missing something in here, because he's not missing an HP. He's full on HP, and he's stunned. I'm so sorry. I don't know why. I don't know what happens. Maybe it's the air in the level. Maybe it's the water. I don't know what's going on. I should not be stunned. Interesting. I'm talking so I can't figure out that mechanic. And I know I'm talking off topic, and maybe you guys do hate me to talk off topic, but I've played through the series before on normal, right? So I feel less of a need to... So sorry, I'm yawning here. I have to cut that out. But so I feel less of a need to comment on what's going on in game, because we've been through it before. Look at these guys. A massive crowding here. Just make sure we've dealt with them. That was powerful. Very nice shooting, Rufus, but you need to move right now. I wonder if any of my Space Marines is going to be stunned. Oh, come on, Hjalmar, that was very, very bad. Nasir Hill here. Oh my god. I really am a little tired. Great, that has worked out just fine. Hey. Holy librarian. We've not seen that before. Did you see that? It was like a spore bomb or something. That's scary. So I think we might see a common scenario here that we saw some of the games before, and that is one or more Marines not making it through. Because you're just looking at the HPs of everybody. They're not wholly inspiring, right? Some of the guys are not in very good shape. Sorry, I'm touching the microphone cord here. Some of the guys are in a terrible state, but we have to press on. If only I knew what was it that hit me. The spore bomb. Hey, look at that guy. War Blast. Hormigond. Area of effect attack. I saw that, but no more. Alright, let's heal up here. Oh, I can't. Beautiful. Come on, Zalpin. You can do better than that. So either stunned or overheated. Things are really not looking good. Whoa, look at that huge hit. Checking if anybody else has the War Blast here. But it's not looking like that be the case. Onwards and upwards into the next turn. What a beating. Look at them coming literally from all directions. This is going to be a bit of a mad dash, and we may not make it through. Everybody's about 50%. Whoa. Well, that's not good. I needed a kill there. At least there is a miss on the retaliation. Oops. Too bad. No self-heal. Leandros does have a self-heal, and maybe I should have made it so that he doesn't use any of his APs, so he self-heals, but I didn't do that, and now it's too late, and all I can do is advance Nasir and protect those guys. Whoops, bit of a situation here. I don't really know what to do with Rufus, and maybe I shouldn't have taken him on the mission. You see, the issue is his AP spend. So whatever happened here, oops, and I screwed the bonus. I screwed the ability here. So whatever has happened here, it was very costly, and it led to no results. Unlike this brutal action by Hilmar. Alright. Well, the Emperor protects. And first blood is here first. Space Marine is down, and that was a little bit surprising because he was, I think, above 25% of health. So that was some good roll there on the Hormigaunt's part. This might be a Warp Blast. No, luckily not. Well, the good news is at least one has to make it, and the bad news is people like Leandros have not been receiving XP for the last couple of missions, so we're not really getting ready for what's ahead of us, and I might need to farm in between missions, which I don't really like to do. Oh my god, look at that onslaught, it's not funny. I think it's 2080 that I'm gonna make it through with at least one Marine. I should just run it, I think. I should just, like, clear the hat, clear the path with one of those guys. Like Rufus. And just run it. Oh my god, I can't even look at the numbers there. It's not possible to even run it. Can I throw here? No. Alright. Very difficult situation. I'm not even making no jokes here. Come on, eradicate him. Oh, come on. 2 more action points. 1 out of the way. The other out of the way. Look at the numbers there. It's completely blocked off, and so my plan to run there with at least 1 Marine. Not looking that good. Oh, look at those numbers. I've just made a move that has lost me this game. Lost me this map, there is no doubt about it. Zelpin's going down, but I wish he wouldn't. And I wish this ended the mission right now. Extract from the mission. That's not gonna happen, and we know that. It's just crazy. You can't work these numbers. Alright. How am I going to tackle this mission? I think the beginning is fairly easy, but you know, having infinite onslaught of I was almost gonna say Zerg after watching all the Starcraft that shoot. Having these, you know, guys spawn infinitely or indefinitely. Different setup next time. But I'm definitely not doing another take today on this mission. I just don't know. I'm not very keen on those missions with the water for some reason. I didn't like them on the first playthrough, and I don't like them on the second. I think most of the other missions are better, but look at them coming from all sides. There's no way to survive, and there's no way to extract the team. Because all the spaces are occupied by the Zerg. I'm gonna say here, the Zerg. Oh my god, Hjalmar. Look at these. Perfect play on part of Hjalmar, but again, I'm not very convinced it's gonna have any positive or negative effect, or that it's going to change anything at all. Whoa, I was so afraid Rufus is not going to make the kill. But I'm going to make the kill here. Rest assured. There will be a ton of blood. Alright. Are we 2 down? Really? At least one has to make it, but it's a shame. It's not providing a very good gameplay in the video, and it's not a good situation. Also, the point is to have a Termagon block the Hormigons off and not kill him, maybe for the future. That could be part of the strategy. But I think it's perhaps about having better equipment as well. Look at that again. No way for me to go through. And no way for me to sacrifice a unit on my turn again, so that I could sacrifice 2 of my units and run to the end with the survivor to make sure I get through the mission. That is painful. Right, let's make the most of it. Alright, look at that. These numbers are beyond endless. Wow. I think if I take a space now, I will die. Whoops. I will probably die anyway, but you know, there's a slight chance for me to make it on the next turn. And I don't want to forfeit that chance. I might just have done that, but oh hell, whatever. Oh, that was a mistake. I think that was a mistake. Right, Rufus is down. This is crazy. I feel so underpowered. So it's 4 attacks to go. At least 4 attacks. Oh my god, look at those guys. And he's gonna be down right now. One, two, three. If the space is blocked off, there is no way I'm gonna make it this turn. 1, 2, and round 3. Alright guys, I made it. Although I'm not proud, I have to say. This is what's called a Pyrrhic victory. A victory at any cost and every cost. And while Hjalmar gathers almost 3,000 experience points, everybody else loses. Brutally, brutally, brutally. And I'm hoping for a great card here, which is a grenade. Oh my god, not excited. That was it. That was another video we've played through. We talked about our games most of the time, not about this game. Maybe that took away some of my attention and focus, but we made it through the mission, and I might need to grind before the next video. Thank you all for watching. I hope you're enjoying the weekend, and if you can, or if you want to, you can get subscribed. And have a nice day, and see you next time. Bye.